You ready to do this thing?
Let's get into it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sweaty Casuals, brought to you by the Snowflake Sanctuary Discord server. This is the podcast where we usually talk about the games we love to play, from the state of rank systems to our thoughts on the newest sensations and everything in between. My name is Nox, and along with my co-host Zach, we will be your guides as we traverse Elo Hell. A small reminder, we do swear, so viewer discretion is advised. Today we are joined by Taken Tacos, who thinks he's a funny guy.
Yeah,
And-
hello. Long-time hater, first-time caller.
And we're going to answer some questions from the internet. So my icebreaker for today is, what is your favorite multiplayer game on Steam that you can buy for $5 or less? And it can go on sale for $5 or less as well. Zach, do you have anything in mind?
We've been playing Goose Goose Duck a lot, which is like Among Us. But it's a pretty solid answer. If I wanted to do something less cliche, I'd probably do Stick Fight the game.
No, don't take it.
I'll back away.
Thanks, Zach, for that answer. My answer is Stick Fight. I came home from work one day and I saw that it was Zach, Bandito, and Oreo all in a call together. And I jumped in because I just wanted some noise before I went on to my next thing. And they were all playing Stick Fight. It took me about 30 seconds to A, buy the game, B, download the game. And I was in. And that is chaotic, and it is fun, and it is great. I like that one a lot.
It's a fun button masher.
Yeah, I see how much this game is. Started playing loud audio. Alright, it's $15, which is a multiple of 5, but I'm pretty sure it's gone on sale before.
Fair.
Pummel Party, which is just a
Oh,
rated
that's a good
R
one.
version of Mario Party.
Yeah.
That does sound fun.
Yeah, I don't know why we've never played it in the server.
I don't know either. We should
I'll
do
have
that
to
at
look
some
into
point.
that. Well, getting into our questions that we have from the internet, we have two prepared. Both come from Reddit. The first one, I believe, actually Taco brought to us and wanted to use, which I'm excited about. The question is, if games like Grand Theft Audio, oh my God, audio?
Ooh.
Let me
Grand Theft
retry
Audio.
that. If
They over
games
here
like
stealing tunes.
If games like Grand Theft Auto cause violence and the board game Monopoly causes capitalist exploitation, what problems do other popular games cause?
Minecraft causes hoarding.
Yeah, sure, I'll go. The Hunter Call of the Wild causes Republicans. Far Cry causes deja vu. That's real funny if you've played a lot of Far Cry games. No?
I guess when I read this question, I took it a little bit more literally. I wasn't ready for the jokes.
Oh, you gotta go with the jokes on this one.
I wasn't ready for the
Absolutely.
jokes.
That's why I sent it to everyone beforehand.
Well,
You could get
I
them
didn't-
jokes ready.
Hmm.
Deep Rock Galactic causes hate and racism towards elves.
Animal Crossing causes PETA to show up at your doorstep.
Here's a great one. Tekken 8 causes broken monitors.
So does League of Legends.
No, that
I was
causes
gonna say
broken mice.
League of Legends, Overwatch, Rainbow Six cause holes in walls.
I think we're on a streak right now of mentioning that one night almost every time I'm on the podcast.
Because you have to. You lost drywall and a mouse. That's crazy.
Dead by Daylight causes the ending of friendships. For sure.
It Takes Two causes the end of relationships.
That is true.
Oh.
Golf
Now
with
I
Your
gotta
Friends does the same thing. Let's see
Yeah.
here.
Among Us causes paranoia. It's a little more literal, but
Risk of Rain 2 causes sleep deprivation. All right. I think we got the joke. Unless y'all got some bangers, I'm done.
I wanted to make a joke about Subnautica, but nothing's funny about my increased fear of the ocean after playing that.
Subnautica didn't do anything. It just did exactly what it was supposed to.
Vibes.
That is a great game that I feel like I need to go play at some point.
Yeah, I played it for like 2 hours and then I went, I don't know about this one.
I have watched so many people play through parts of it, and it just seems like a fun experience.
Portal 2 causes trust issues.
Yeah.
Oh, that one hurts a little.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pal World also causes PETA to show up at your doorstep.
That is true.
Yeah. So does Pokemon.
Helldivers causes democracy.
Hell yeah. Sorry, it causes managed democracy.
Managed. It ends a lot more than it causes, so we'll give it that.
All right, funny guy. Thank you for that question.
You're welcome. I got more questions. I have actual questions too. Don't worry.
Do you?
Yeah, if we have extra time.
Okay. Well, we'll go on to the second one. I bet we
Yeah,
will
go
have a
for
little
it.
extra time.
Yeah, we'll move
Once
to
it-
that a little quick.
Once again, I didn't think that was a joke, and now I
Well,
understand that it was.
Did you have an actual answer?
I mean, I thought it was going to be more of a discussion on like what like Grand Theft Auto causes violence, Call of Duty, Halo, like what effect video games can actually have on people.
I mean, we absolutely could go that way, but
That's the way that I took it when you asked it.
I mean, hot take, I don't think that video games cause that much. I think the most they do is kind of like I don't think video games are doing any more than movies are doing nowadays.
I'm about to say I can absolutely understand. I tell this story all the time. I'll do a quick tangent. When I was a kid, I loved the show Dance Moms. I was probably 10.
That explains a lot.
Oh my god. You know anything about that show? It's toxic. It's really toxic. And me and my sister would watch it before school because we would record it on the DVR and we watch all the new episodes as they came out. My parents had to take that show away from us because as we were watching it, me and my sister became more prone to arguing with each other and kind of displaying the same attributes. Now, granted, we were kids, so I think there's also an argument on like what affects kids versus what affects adults.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's true. I don't know. My sister would get iCarly taken away from her. That was just because she loved that show. I had Tom and Jerry taken away from me because I smacked my mom upside the head with a plastic hammer. And I was no longer allowed to watch Tom and Jerry.
was that the reason you smacked her on the head with a plastic
I don't
hammer?
know. I was like 4.
Yeah, vibes. Impressionable.
Yeah. So.
I can't think of anything like that for me. I can think of a game that I definitely played way too young. Are either of you aware of Conker's Bad Fur Day?
No.
I'm gonna send you guys a couple videos later because this is a game that was like definitely 18 plus. Like it was intended for a mature audience. But my parents didn't know about it, didn't know better. And I was playing it at probably 6 years old.
What was it called? I'm gonna look it up. Also, sorry for any yawning. These guys decided to do the podcast at 10:30 at night. What was the game called?
What? We do this podcast late?
We've
No.
recorded later than this.
We
I'm
absolutely
sure we
have
have.
recorded later than this.
don't know,
Conker's
vibe.
Bad Fur Day.
While Tyler's looking that up, talking about late night recording, shout out to Zach with the episode that is
Oh,
still
that
yet
is
to be
not what I thought you
released
said.
that
I
kept us
thought he
up until
said
1 a.m.
Conqueror's bad for a day. It's
No.
Conqueror's bad fur day.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I know this.
Yeah, you shouldn't be
There's like
playing
a
that at 6 years old.
ton of memes behind this that you absolutely right.
That's wild.
But at the same time, it's like also like I can't even be like, yeah, my parents should have known, but they didn't go and check every single game.
I love
Friend
that
brought
the
it over.
second comment on this post asking about what your opinion is on Conqueror's Bad Fur Day is it's the one game my parents never should have got me. Great fun, really good multiplayer. What a
It was
review.
actually genuinely a good game. It was just it absolutely was not.
Not made for a 6-year-old.
Not made for a 6-year-old. I'd say once you hit about probably like 13, 14, 15, you might be able to start making an argument, depending on what household you're in.
I was playing Grand Theft Auto pretty young. I played Grand Theft Auto 5 when it came out, and I was like 12 or 13.
I mean, there's also been plenty of
But
studies
then again,
done.
I was playing Grand Theft Auto 4 when that came out. I was much younger then.
What were you gonna say, Zach?
There's been plenty of studies done about video games causing violence, and there's been no correlation that's been found. So
Yeah, I don't think there's.
I think it's
you know.
definitely more of a desensitization phenomena.
And that's a whole separate conversation. I think that's a bigger. Without going in totally into it, it's a bigger cultural thing.
Right.
And movies have more realistic graphics nowadays than video games do.
I don't even think it's the movies as much, honestly.
Not anymore?
No. Not a conversation
internet.
for here. I'll have it with you later,
internet.
though. No, it's something actually way simpler than that. It started with something way simpler than that.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk later.
Perfect. We'll move on to our next question then.
I'll
see
tweet
where it
about
takes us. This is a question that I find really interesting to talk about. And the question was from Brilliant Ask 852 on Reddit on the r/gaming subreddit, in which he asked, playing games after the credits roll, what motivates you? So after
Can I
you
guess
finish,
your answer?
Give me a second. After you finish a game and you get the end, what brings you back to keep playing it or play it again? Zach, go ahead.
Your answer is going to be golden dice.
Well, that's part of it. More rewards are cool. Golden dice were sick. I don't know. Like, for you, Zach, after you finished Jedi Fallen Order for the first time, what made you want to go back and do it again?
So, both for Fallen Order and for Horizon Zero Dawn, when I finished my first playthrough and I had gone through the entire story and experienced all these character arcs and everything that had happened, I had said, wow, this journey was incredible. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I'd like to go back and live in that world for a little bit and find all those little details, all those little things that I missed. So Jedi Fallen Order, it was not only doing the New Game Plus, but also going through and getting all of the lightsaber materials, all of the hilts, all of the colors, all of the X, Y's, and Z's, all the Mantis paint skins, all the ponchos, and going in every single little corner and finding all the little things so you could see the entire world and the entire story in every way that it could play out. And the same thing with Horizon Zero Dawn, where I went and talked to every single person and did every side quest and really kind of got engrossed in that world.
For our audio listeners, or people not paying attention to videos, Zach, you want to go ahead and point out what's over your shoulder right now?
The tall neck is definitely looking over me.
And
oh, and BD1.
Literally both the games you referenced, you have Lego sets right behind you. I don't think you like those games at all.
Not at all. I think the only one that I can think of off the top of my head that I didn't feel that way for was Titanfall 2. And I think that's just partly because that game is much more linear. So I definitely feel like it has to have a little bit of a, you have to have some choice in it in order for it to be worthwhile.
Taco, what about you?
Um, for me, New Game Plus, I like more of a challenge. I know Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor were a big thing like that. Also, being able to go back and like collect all the collectibles in those games and say that like I completed them, even though Survivor still haunts me to this day. Um, there's so much shit in that game. But yeah, I mean that's just single player games. Most single player games, when I play them, roll credits, I'm done. I started replaying Guardians of the Galaxy again,
Mm-hmm.
just because it's such a beautiful game. If the game is like beautiful like that, I'll let it sit for a little bit, let the like wonder of it dissipate, and then come back to it. And it feels like I'm playing the game again for the first time.
I know I really struggle with replaying games. The only games that I truly have replayed more than once, and you'll see a trend here: Baldur's Gate, Detroit Become Human, Until Dawn. And what do all three of those have in common? Your story can be different every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So the games that I can make different choices and take different paths and be different people every single time I play them, those are the games that are going to keep me coming back. I'm not very much like you two in that once I finished Fallen Order, I went, phew, I did it. I'm not opening it again. I think the only like truly like story-based linear game that I have gone through more than once is oh good god, I just had it. The zombie one.
Last
The Last of Us. I played The Last of Us, the first one, twice, but that is only because, or like 1.9 times, because the first time I played it, I loved the story so much I didn't want to finish it. I didn't want it to be over. So I let it sit for 5-ish years until the second one came out. It was probably less. It was probably closer to 4. Until the second one came out. And then in order to play the second one, I needed to know what happened at the end of the first one. So I played the entire game over again and then played the second one. But I think of all. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish your thing.
No, I was going to kind of flip a little bit. So
I got a flip too.
On the flip side of that, Stanley Parable is another one of those games where you have multiple endings. And I'm here to say that I let it sit long enough that I forgot. But I unlocked Go Outside, which is don't play the Stanley Parable for 5 years.
that's an achievement.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm actually very proud of that one.
That's
I've got-
probably, that's a good achievement to have.
I also have to play the Stanley Parable for an entire duration of a Tuesday. That's midnight to midnight. Full 24 hours. I have to launch it at the exact hour on a Tuesday and play it all the way through. That's another achievement I need.
Good luck.
And complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes and 22 seconds, not including loading times.
Those are some wild achievements.
I got 2. Minecraft,
I was going to bring that one up.
because when the credits roll, it doesn't actually really mean much. It just means that you've probably hit about the 3/4 way on your journey of enjoying the game again. Maybe less.
It's true.
And then another one actually is I think I brought it up a couple episodes ago, was FTL.
You
Faster
play
Than
that
Light.
a lot.
It's a fun little game. It's a super fun little game, but the thing is, like, because it's almost like a roguelike in that it's always random and you kind of really don't know what's going to happen.
Mhm.
So you kind of just replay it and replay it and replay it, and even though there is an ending, there's technically a story. It's like you kind of just keep going through and going through and going through, and even when you hit the ending, it's like, cool, I did it in this way, but can I do it a different way?
You're gonna have to give me recommendations for games to get on Steam Deck.
FTL would be a solid one,
Yeah,
honestly.
I was gonna say FTL might be one of those if it's got controller support.
I'm not sure. I'd have to go look it up.
Maybe playable, not certified.
One of my really it's not obscure in the way that it's like not a it's a huge game, or it was a huge game. So it's not obscure in that way. It's obscure in the way that we don't think about it anymore. One of the games that I remember hitting credits and thinking, "Oh, well there's still more to do." New Super Mario Bros. Wii. There's a way to complete that game in like half the levels it should take. If you take the right path and unlock the right things and beat the hard levels, you can defeat Bowser and still have like 4 worlds left. So that's one that I've sat at the ending screen going, but wait, there's like more to this, right?
I own it and I still haven't done it, but I
Oh,
heard
that's
one
a
of the
good
most
game.
not that game. One of the, but I did go by not Skyward Sword. Zelda.
Skyrim.
No, Zelda.
Yeah, Zelda Skyrim.
Not Tears of the Kingdom. The one before that. Frack.
Wind
What's
Waker.
the name? Not Wind Waker. No.
That's all I got.
Crap. I'm not gonna remember what the name of it is. Point being, when you start the game, like within like the first like 10 minutes, because I have watched videos of people playing the first 10 minutes, they literally are like, "Oh, you want to go fight the big bad Ganon? He's right there."
Speedrunner's Paradise.
That's like
Basically.
In most of the Far Cry games. I can't remember when they started doing that. I think it was Far Cry 3 or 4 where they started at the very beginning they always give you a choice to make.
Mm-hmm.
And choosing either of them furthers the plot of the story, but choosing neither of them ends the game. So, like in Far Cry 5, you're told to arrest Joseph C, and you can choose to. I think they just put up, and it just says, press F or whatever to arrest him. And if you
Mm-hmm.
sit there for like 5 minutes, he will just like go through a line and say you made the right decision. Roll credits.
I know in Baldur's Gate, I know Zach hasn't played it. Tyler, have you played all the way through it?
Nope.
There's a part of the plot where Gale, who is one of your party members or can be one of your party members, is given an orb in which his wizard lady that rules the kind of magic that he does, I don't know all the lore. Basically is like, in order to repent for what you've done, you need to blow yourself up with this orb. And it's essentially a nuclear bomb. So there used to be a strat where if you got to the end of Act 2, you're close enough to the Nether Brain, which you eventually go fight at the end of Act 2, that you don't actually fight them. But if you send Galen and you set off his nuke, you technically win. The game technically ends without even seeing Act 3. It used to be a strat to finish the honor run without going to Act 3. It doesn't work anymore. To anyone listening, please don't try that. You will end your honor run. You will end it right there. But that's like another one of those, like in Far Cry, where you could just end the game. Like probably 20 to 30 hours before it's supposed to end, depending on how thoroughly you go through Act 3.
Y'all ever watch speedruns at all?
Yeah.
I've watched someone beat Baldur's Gate 3 in 32 minutes.
Jesus.
Some of them are kind of ridiculous, and they do fascinate me. I forget what the world record for, I think, Pokemon Red with glitches is like 3 minutes or something.
Yeah, Portal 1 is one of those interesting with glitches speedruns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're
I like that
how?
I like that is it speedrun.com does most of the leaderboards?
Yeah.
Yeah. They They have all the different categories, and you can be like, no, here's the glitchless one, here's the glitched one, here's this thing, that thing. Cooking Mama 2 speedrun for all the Jane animation fans out there.
I really like watching. There was a time where I was really into watching Minecraft speedruns because I think those are so fun.
Those are fascinating. Really, really interesting.
Because it really depends on where you drop in the world and what you can find, and just how
If you
well
want to
people know the
kill,
game.
if you want to kill like an hour or two, there's the world record for all achievements in Minecraft. It's like actually ludicrous. The guy is constantly just going in his menu and just being like, yeah, and I need my render distance at 2. Now I'm gonna do this thing, and now I'm gonna crank it all the way to max again.
It's insane. Do you know what
I was-
that world record is?
I think it was under 3 hours, like just barely.
Wow. That one's got to be a little bit harder though, because some of those achievements are like
Some
finding
are
certain
ludicrous.
areas and.
One of the last ones that he gets, if I recall correctly, you have to get a shulker into the overworld.
You have to get a
You two
ghast
have
into the
been
overworld and kill it.
terrorized.
That part's
by
not as bad. It's the shulker. How do
No,
you get a
it's not.
shulker out of the end city?
I don't know that that's.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a thing.
I'm looking them up. I'm looking them up.
It's this whole thing where, like, if I recall correctly, it was like you have to like put them on a fishing line and then run, and then when you starts to get long, then you put in like a loading distance thing, and then you lower your loading distance, and then you go to the end portal, and then you unload it, or you set it to max, and then it like snaps forward. And
But like not glitches, because it's all just settings, but
yeah,
that's insane.
but you need it because one of the achievements, I think it's for all of the possible effects in the game at the same time, and there's no other way to get levitation.
There's so much to Minecraft I don't know. I just want to build castle and have farm. If anyone's curious, the castle building has commenced before this episode. We do have a foundation.
Have y'all ever, either of you ever watched Smalland at all? Oh,
No.
I came across his YouTube channel again a couple days ago, and he's been popular for a bit now. But one of the videos that really made him blow up was he decided I'm gonna go play Pokemon Platinum, but I'm gonna do the entire game without ever taking damage.
Oh
So if he took damage, he'd reset the game.
no.
I think his ending to that was pretty spot on. I think the exact words he used was, "I play games wrong all the time," and that's kind of like his motto. There's a great video of him where he was on speedrunning.com, like just kind of like perusing things. He's a big speedrunner for Super Mario Odyssey.
There's a lot of older Super Mario games that are really popular to speedrun.
But he had one where he was just like looking through speedrun.com, and he was like, "What's this? Oh, the world record for sharpening a pencil, 10 pencils." Like from brand new all the way down to the base.
Such an obscure thing.
Yeah, and it's like a 20-minute video. It's fascinating though. By the end of it, he's like, "Yep," and I got down to sub 2 minutes.
That's the shit I watch on YouTube, and I'm glad somebody's doing it. I'm really glad it's not me.
I was trying to find the one.
You know my YouTube is
Insane.
yeah.
Like y'all can make fun of mine and its eclecticness of just what is on my screen, but it's not that.
Oh, y'all don't see my homepage. It's probably a good thing.
I was trying to find the one you were talking about, Zach?
Which one?
The have every effect. I don't know if
I
they
don't
have
remember
it
what the name of
anymore.
the achievement is.
I know that it used to be an achievement, at least.
Yeah.
What's the achievement for? I'm sorry, can you phrase it again?
It was for getting every effect in Minecraft. Like every player effect that you can have. So you'd have to have levitation, poison, turtle master,
Oh, dude,
fire
after this,
resistance.
I'm getting this next achievement. Free fall from the top of the world, build limit to the bottom of the world, and survive.
You gotta drop the water bucket or the boat.
Yeah,
What is it? Is it water? Is
as
that
a
how
water
people do it?
bucket. Yeah, you
Water.
could just put water at the bottom, though.
Good. I didn't realize how many achievements there were in Minecraft.
There's a lot.
Oh yeah.
Protect a villager from an undesired shock without starting a fire.
I think achievements were one of the smartest things that they ever added in Minecraft. Not because the game necessarily needs it, but because it gives you so many little things that you're like, oh, maybe I could go do that. And in a game where you can basically do anything, it's kind of nice to be like, oh, that's a goal I can work towards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now
No, I'm
it's
definitely gonna use it too, because as I said, Minecraft for me is just build castle and have farm. But it'll actually make me branch out and go do things and go try to get things, and even getting I was telling Zach today, getting supplies for my castle. I wanted to build like bookshelves and lecterns, and I needed paper. So I had to teach myself how to find and grow sugarcane. Or I had to go out and find cows so I could go get leather and farm them. And like there's a lot of things that like I've done some of those in the past, but even getting some of the supplies forces me to go out and explore more of the game and do more of the game.
so there is a furious cocktail, which is have every potion effect applied at the same time, and then how did we get here, which is have every effect applied at the same time.
Yep. It's that second one that's rough.
I'm reading through it because it includes everything from the first one and then some.
I'm trying to think because there's also like you have to have the dolphin one that doesn't last long.
Yep.
You have to have levitating from a shulker.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have the mining fatigue from a guardian.
Mm-hmm.
Google AI tried to give me a answer, but I don't think that's correct.
Have you all heard that there's a I forget what the name of the site is, but there's a
You
site
also
right
need
now that
wither.
just all it does is give you the Google results without the Google AI.
Really?
Yeah. It does nothing else.
Yeah, that Google AI is kind of hit and miss right now.
I mean, the site that I found says so here are the potions you need: fire resistance, invisibility, night vision, poison, regeneration, slow falling, leaping, swiftness, slowness, water breathing, strength, weakness.
Okay.
And
That's
then
just for all potion effects.
that's for all potions. I'm not done. For all food effects, you need to do absorption, blindness, nausea, hunger, and poison.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't even think about. Do you need darkness now too?
You also need conduit power.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they're not as laid out nicely in little lists as they were, but I'm looking at conduits, underwater temples, raid effects,
Yep.
mob
Those
effects. I
got
can
are
see
easier
they
now.
have a shulker on there. And then you also need mining fatigue. That sounds awful.
It's a whole thing.
How do you do that in 3 hours? How do you get everything you need for that in 3 hours?
It's really impressive. I highly recommend going and watching it.
I'll have to go find it. You have to
Like
send me
it's
it.
genuinely I'll find so the way I watched it was Small Ant actually did like a reaction to it. Because he got into speedrunning Minecraft I think like a year and a half ago. but he was curious just like how you even go about doing that. But he also does a lot of the explanations as it's going,
Hmm.
and he's got it pared down, I think, to like 40 minutes, so it's a little bit more palatable.
Oh shit, I'd go watch the full 3 hours to see
It's it's
this.
it's super worthwhile.
Yeah. This is
I
so
need to,
off topic, but has anyone seen the Pedro Pascal Corona commercial?
We've been
I've
no,
off
never wanted to
topic.
buy
we
I've
have
never
been
wanted to
off
buy a
topic.
Corona more in my life. I love that man.
We
Anyway,
could
go
rename
watch
this
that
podcast
commercial.
to Off Topic if it weren't for the fact that that podcast already exists and is about video games.
What do we think? Another question?
Get a short one, yeah.
Tyler, did you have any? You said
I'm
you brought
definitely
more.
not watching the Corona ad.
I love
Well,
that
it's
man.
Pedro Pascal. I mean,
All it took was a man speaking to the camera in Spanish, and I wanted Corona.
Here's a fun one that I think is going to require a little bit of thinking, so we may sit here in silence for a minute. But if you were a game developer, what game would you make?
God.
ooh,
Yeah.
that is a really, huh?
I think per some of my favorite things and games that I've enjoyed that are single player, because I think I would do a story based RPG probably. It would probably be a mix of some of my favorites. So a choice based game gets different every single time, but it's a fantasy world.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can expand past that at this point with my 30 seconds of thinking, but mixed with, I think, mixing some of my favorite types of games with my favorite types of books. So not quite Baldur's Gate, not D&D necessarily, but more the fantasy world that I wanted to take place in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe being able to play different characters, different parts of the story. I think it'd be so interesting to have an RPG where you could play as the hero or the villain,
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
and you could play it both times from either point of view, and maybe there's a secret third after you do both of them because you learn both sides of the story. I don't know. I think that would be sick as fuck.
Yeah. I'd play that. I'd be able to
Thanks.
play that.
I'll work on my coding. Maybe we'll get a game someday.
Zach?
I feel like I'm in a weird boat because I don't do it as much anymore just because I don't usually work in scripted, but I do work in film and TV. So, all of it is about storytelling,
Mm-hmm.
but it's on rails. It's the most on rails it can be. So I don't know if I don't know how to deliver something right now that would be not on the rails. And that's not what I want to do. I really don't know. I do
You know
love
that
tech trees.
video? You
I
know that
could do a
video?
game that was just about tech trees.
That'd be cool. Like, you mean like Satisfactory?
Maybe? Ooh. I don't know enough about Satisfactory.
It's 3D Factorial.
Yeah, and I don't know enough about Factorio either.
Okay, well, I tried.
They're both on my Steam wish list.
You know that guy, video of the guy getting whacked upside the head with the Twisted Tea video or the Twisted Tea?
I think so.
No.
Just that. And you press B and that's it, game over. No.
Have y'all heard
um,
about this what is it, Banana Miner or something?
no.
It's
No.
top on Steam, or it's close to top on Steam right now.
Or like that egg game from I Think You Should Leave.
Oh god.
No, I don't know. If I were gonna design a game, it would be heavy in story, but like not guide you at all.
Hmm.
So you just kind of like you play the game, and Let people figure out that there's like different ending. I don't know. Or I'd make my own fucking Baldur's Gate. I'd make the story good.
What do
What's it
you
called?
mean by
Banana
that?
clicker? Banana clicker, that was what it's called?
That's what it is. Banana clicker.
Or just banana?
No,
Like-
wait, no, back up.
There's one that's just called banana.
That's what it is. Okay, yeah.
I want an why you haven't even finished the fucking game.
Maybe I would have finished it if the story was good.
Maybe you would have finished it if you had a
Thinking of that. Don't
I
insult
had a
me.
joke, I stuttered, it
guest.
wouldn't have been funny anymore. God
I'm a
damn
guest.
it.
No, let's touch base on this banana game because I don't know if y'all haven't heard of this. It's fascinating. It's
I'm
really
playing it.
interesting. You're playing it, okay? It's
Yeah, look
free.
at Steam.
All it is if I recall correctly, it's a picture of a banana and you click it. That is the entire game.
Yeah, it's like
I
Cookie
am-
Clicker. You ever heard of Cookie Clicker? This thing used to be a
Yes.
Flash game.
However, this is where it gets interesting. Every once in a while, it'll give you a banana.
Every
the
3
banana-
and 18 hours, you get dropped a banana.
Mhm.
Each banana is also made by the community in Discord. How fun.
And the bananas can get resold on the Steam workshop. Not on the workshop, in the community.
How much
Market.
are they going for?
Doesn't matter. The fact that the game is free and the fact that it actually can give you something that is worth any amount of money.
You
The
have to
hell?
keep clicking on it?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's Banana Clicker.
Thanks, Nox.
Thanks.
I'm 227 clicks in. And so far it's just click on banana.
That's all you're gonna get.
You serious?
All right, let's see.
It's literally the whole game. But it's also like I hit number 1 on Steam for a bit. I don't know if it still is or not.
It wasn't on
I
the
just
front page when I opened
I just got
it
a
up.
notification.
Dude,
that
everyone else
Nox
in
is
the
playing
chat
banana.
up there is gonna be like, the fuck are they all playing?
Yeah, it's been a whole thing that I don't understand it. I don't get it. Nobody else seems to understand it or get it, but people are clearly playing it.
Unk status over here.
How many clicks are you at?
369.
Hmm.
What are you at?
138.
Oh, well, hold on. Let me pick my mouse up.
All right,
The
The
before we
rest
go
of this
completely off the
podcast
rails.
is in silence as we're all just clicking banana.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's wrap it up. Let's go into our real world segment. This is where we usually talk about things outside of games. Sometimes they're about games, and they're not going to be about the game Banana. But they might be something like books we're reading, music we're listening to, movies we're
Does
watching.
it save in progress?
Let's hope so. Things that are going on outside of your outside of video gaming in general, usually. Nox, what do you got?
Oh, you're gonna make me stop clicking the banana.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
she said.
Maybe I don't want to go anymore. Okay. And I was about to give you a compliment. That's so funny. Anyway, as I talked about on previous episodes, probably about a month ago now, I have rediscovered my love for 21 Pilots. Whoop whoop. It's all I can listen to. It's all I can talk about. Okay, here's your compliment. Fine. Thank you to Tyler for getting me back into it. Tyler and Oreo did
Lux.
she went through a rebrand. Lux.
We hadn't gotten there yet. Sorry.
Oh, has that episode not come out yet?
She hasn't been on the show since she rebranded, so I was
Oh.
still referring to her as Oreo. But Oreo and Lux, they did a PowerPoint night presentation on it. I think I talked about it a little bit, going through the lore that has been in the works for about 10 years and what 21 Pilots has created. It's been a whirlwind month. I've felt very blessed to be a part of it with finding the Paladin Straight teaser, getting the Paladin Straight music video. If you're not caught up, there's plenty of YouTube videos to catch you up on what all this lore is. I've recently gotten my boyfriend addicted. It went from him just smiling and nodding on the couch, listening to me yap about things he didn't understand, to asking me questions and wanting to watch music videos and understand it with me, which has been really, really cool. I'm very excited for the concert that they are doing in near me in October. As of right now, Taco is coming with, which will be super exciting and fun. And yeah, listen to 21 Pilots because it's all I've been listening to. Their entire discography.
Not sponsored by Fueled by Ramen.
No, as much as I wish it was.
Taco,
Tyler,
what do you got?
Geez.
You're doing so well.
I'm finally off.
it's been like
of-
5 times this episode. You just didn't catch all of them.
Fuck.
What?
Nothing. Continue.
Only absolutely calling you Tyler. You're
Oh, I
welcome
don't
for
care.
that one.
In other news, I'm at 1,022.
Oh my god. Where'd my
Did
banana
you get a
go?
banana?
See,
Okay, my banana's back.
I got a new haircut. I've been working a lot of hours at work, and I'm finally on break. So my little treat I'm giving myself 1,100. Is a Steam Deck.
Nice.
So that'll be fun little thing to entertain myself with, I guess, while I'm traveling. Anything new? Imagine Dragons has a new album coming out. Kaleo has a new album coming out. This year is a good year for music. Solid year. My arm is cramping.
Gee, I
In my
wonder why.
defense, I stopped clicking it during my section, so
Well, it's okay. Not all of us have the mental capacity to actually multitask.
maybe I don't
look
want to go
directly
to
in
the
your camera
concert
like
with
that.
you in October. God.
Me and your how do I say this without saying his name and giving Zach a heart attack? Me and your boyfriend will just go.
Okay, you guys have fun.
We will. I know we will.
Goodness.
This is such a train
I
wreck
gotta follow this up.
Oh, I don't have to. Oh, I do have to click the banana. I thought I didn't have.
It's been a
Yeah,
hot
I learned
second,
that.
but I for my little thing, I not too long ago finished rereading both of Hank Green's books. So that's John Green's brother. For anybody who's familiar with John Green and his books, Fault in Our Stars is probably the one that's most well known. Hank though is his brother, who you might know from like things like if you watched Vlogbrothers, but also SciShow, and
TikTok.
he does stuff with PBS Ions. He's big on TikTok right now.
What was the
He's been big on
YouTube
TikTok.
series they did back in the day that helped me pass AP US History?
Crash Course.
Yeah, Crash
Yes.
Course.
Holy shit.
Hank's got a lot of great content.
I think it was John that did AP US History, but I think Hank did psychology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds probably about right. But Hank's Green book are really, really interesting. Really just fascinating reads. Well told, and I kind of like to think of them as like a modernized version of book Contact, which is an older book. That's by Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan is a really, really smart man, good educator. Not the best fiction writer. Contact's a harder book to get through. But like this one, it reads pretty easily. It's really, really fascinating, and it kind of answers a lot of those questions that come with like, man, if first contact did happen and aliens did come to Earth, what would that kind of look like?
Lil Dicky also wrote a song about that. Another well-established writer in the industry.
Well, on that
Please.
note, no, take
Oh,
us away.
I gotta go back to my tab. I was clicking the banana. All right. Thank you to everyone for joining us today. We really hope you enjoyed our discussion, even if it was more just tangents for an hour. We release these episodes weekly, but if that's not often enough for you, we're often available in the Snowflake Sanctuary Discord server. If you want to offer your own insight, have any ideas for what you want to hear, or just think that we sound like a really cool group of people, then click that link in the description. Thank you to Taken Tacos, or Tyler, for joining us tonight. And thank you to you for listening to us, and we hope to see you in the next one. Bye!
Remember, pronunciate when you use the word umping in a sentence.